Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cameron Jacobs, your host of Primetime Live for the special quarantine edition. Tonight, we're going to talk to 4 student-athletes who have had their seasons cut short due to the quarantine virus. Right off the bat, we're going to talk to an Amboy High School junior, Gabby Jones. What are you personally doing, like in your off time? I know finally Amboy's able to go back to school through the online stuff, but like, what are you guys doing? What are you personally doing to like keep yourself in like game shape, game ready to go?
Well, my sister and I go on runs frequently, and we do workouts together. I play catch with my little brother out in the backyard.
Yeah. So you are still throwing the ball and getting work in.
Yep.
That's good. Do you communicate with your teammates?
Yeah.
How are the Lady Clippers doing? You know, holding out through all this.
They're doing good. Some of them are really sad because it's the only sport they participate in, so they're kind of bummed that they don't get to play this year. Or hopefully we get to, but...
Yeah. Luckily for you, it looks like volleyball season's going to be, free and cleared to go. And that would also take you into basketball season, too. So, with that being in mind, if softball doesn't happen, are you still, like, just looking forward to that stuff? Like, what are you looking forward to most right now, and how are you feeling with like the anticipation of not having a softball season right now?
I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to hopefully getting back to school. And without softball happening, it's going to be sad.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that's definitely like unexpected, and luckily because you're a junior, right?
Yep.
So you've got another year regardless. But like some of the seniors that were on your team, what are you close with any of your seniors?
Yeah, I'm close to one of them.
And like, what were their plans? I mean, were they planning on continuing to try to do sports in college, or?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to know, like, this is one thing that's got me kind of really curious about all of this stuff is what are those high school seniors that were trying to be a scholarship player at some college, like, have you, what do you say to those people that, they got their season taken away from them?
I guess just keep working hard and hopefully a coach will notice you somehow.
Now, moving from Gabby Jones to her younger brother, Eddie. Eddie is an 8th grader at Amboy Junior High School, and he's going to tell us why he's hopeful that his summer baseball league will not get canceled. Now, your situation is a little different because yours is a junior high, but I mean, it doesn't take away anything for the fact that you want to play sports. So, with you going into this for your baseball league and all that, was that all that canceled as well?
No. We do it over summer, so...
Okay.
Your travel basketball was canceled?
But my travel basketball was canceled.
Oh, so you were in a travel basketball season and that was canceled. When does that usually start?
It was a tryout, so...
April.
1st of April.
Okay. So, and they just canceled it all together. They weren't going to try to postpone it or anything?
They did postpone it, but, like, they were trying to, like, do the schedule, but... They just didn't work out.
Okay. And what went through your mind when you found out that they were just going to cancel it all together?
I was kind of frustrated because I put a lot of work into it and was excited for it to start. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Now, your summer baseball, when is that supposed to start?
May.
Okay, in May. Have they been giving you guys like any updates for anything about that?
No.
So you guys are still hopeful that this is going to happen 100%?
Hopefully.
Yeah. So what have you been doing in your time off since you haven't been able to, do your practices and get your workouts in?
Playing basketball and going on runs.
Okay, so you've been running with your sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then going into this, like, because you're 7th grade, so this used to be your 8th grade season, right?
Yeah.
Looking ahead into this, do you feel like because you're gonna need to start getting your name out there in front of the coaches and the athletic staff and stuff like that. Does this downtime, does it worry you at all if you're going to be able to play or not, or?
No.
No. So you're just staying positive?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Eddie. Ladies and gentlemen, stick with us because coming back after 30 seconds, we're going to have another interview with a Sauk Valley Community College basketball player and an Amboy High School senior whose baseball season has been cut short. Were you guys? I know with basketball, didn't really cut anything, but I know Sauk's got like a track and field team too.
And a softball team.
And their seasons got cut. Are you close with any of them?
I'm not close with them, but I would see the softball girls working out in the hallway while we were in like basketball practice. So I just feel for them because they were putting in work, and it's just unfortunate time for it to get cut.
Yeah, and with the spring sports like that, I mean, it's just there was no warning.
Right? Yeah, it's super sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you guys heard of anything about have you guys been given any updates? Because I know colleges will reach out to your athletes a little bit more because you guys have scholarship stuff like that.
Everything's canceled.
Yeah, everything's completely done.
Spring 2020 sports are all canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
So, yeah, I don't know. I know some baseball players and softball girls, they had coaches looking at them, and I just don't know how. I could never. That's unreal.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking to Gabby about. How is this going to play out in the long run, really?
Right.
So for you guys though, because I mean, hopefully this thing's going to be done by before June. But
right,
when is it that women's basketball there at Sauk, when do they really start conditioning and all that?
Our coach actually wanted to do some like team bonding things, so that could start as early as July, but we really get to work during August, the times like that, and we'd have like random open gyms here and there, but August is really the month that we start having practices and workouts and things like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you still got that little bit of time, and did you have to do the online classes as well?
Yeah.
To finish.
I actually had all online classes and just one in-person class, so really I only had to adjust to that one class being moved to online, and my professor did a really good job of putting all the material into the Canvas, and everything's working out.
Now, with you, I mean, because you made it through your freshman year and stuff like that, what do you, if you could have any advice to some of those seniors that, kind of got left out in the dust right now, what would that be?
For sure, keep a high head. Don't let this ruin your life. Think of the happy memories you made in the previous seasons, and just truly think why you play the sport. It's for your friends, the family you make, and just keep them around. Just keep a high spirit about everything.
All right, thank you so much, Noelle, for those kind and inspiring words. Now, from the college level, we're going to move right back down to the high school level. We're going to check in with an Amboy High School senior, Tanner Schrock, who's played baseball his entire life, and his senior season seems to be cut short.
I'm feeling definitely safe because I've been staying home like everyone should. I do have some withdrawals from school and baseball. I miss those things and the friends and everything else in that environment. And that's about it. I've been just staying at home, doing my homework online, and finding whatever to keep me busy so I'm not too bored.
Yeah. Now, this quarantine, it stopped all sports like on a dime.
Right.
How did you get the news? What were you doing when you found out that spring sports was done?
I'm pretty sure I was just sitting in bed. I was scrolling through social media, and that's how everything's like spread these days throughout the news and everything. I looked and saw that this was getting more and more like dangerous and more, dangerous. So I just assumed that all spring sports would be either delayed or canceled, and I didn't feel too happy about that. I just sat back and thought, wow, my last year is going to be taken away from me.
Yeah, and with that, because you're a senior, were you planning on playing baseball, in college later, or what were you planning?
See, I'm still a little bit undecided. Like a lot of seniors are undecided. I'm still undecided. I think what I'm going to do is join the military after high school and go to college with that, and possibly play around at a community college and then see what goes from there.
Okay. Now, it's not completely officially over yet.
Right.
Did you see the statement that the IHSA released last week?
I did not.
Okay. Well, the main guy with the IHSA was saying that he is hopeful to have to bring spring sports back, and they've got to be able to do it. They're basically going to condense the season late May, early June, because you have to be done by. I don't think you can go past June 27th or something like that. I have to go back and look at it again, but with that. With there still being a little bit of hope when it comes to high school baseball, hearing about this, what's going through your mind right now?
So with the possibility of going and extending it to summer, I feel like it gives me the hope to put everything in my last what we have of this season, and just giving my all and not giving up at any point, even if we lose, whatever the score says, and just work as a team.
Now, with that, do you feel like your team? Do you feel like the Clippers would be ready to go if they got the green light to start playing? A couple days in advance. What do you think that would entail?
I'm just gonna take a step back and look at last year's roster. We had 8 seniors, so not a lot of underclassmen played. Now that all the seniors graduated from last year, there's a lot of young guys on the team, and I feel like we need more practice to get the bonding experience for the whole team. And I don't feel like we'll be too ready to go right away. I feel like we're just gonna have to put some more practice in and really get that bond together.
Now, that's a great point that you made there of having senior. So you guys were already hit hard with not having your returning seniors,
right?
But in that case, then also if you have to go forward and hurry up and throw together a team again, do you feel like Amboy would have enough people to be able to pull out of the woodwork like that?
Well, the first few practices we had, it seemed like we had an okay number. I think we had at least 11 guys for varsity and just a bunch of youngins for fresh and soft end. I feel like we would bring some freshmen and sophomore up to just have for insurance, and in case anyone gets hurt, and in case someone's having a bad game, you can put them in and give them some playing time. So I definitely think we'll have enough people, and yeah.
So, being a senior now and being on that varsity squad, something that you've been waiting for, your entire school life, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Getting into and I guess having all of this happen, some of your senior friends and stuff, were any of them planning on trying to go to college and try to get a sports scholarship out of this?
I definitely see a lot of kids in my class that are putting in scholarships to certain schools and working as hard as they can to get a sports scholarship. I know a few are trying very hard, and I know a few are trying just in case that to see if they can get it. For me, I know I'm not, but I can just get whatever I can take.
Yeah, and how is that process like going for them? Like, I mean, have they included you in any of this conversation? Like what are they because the college recruiters are not going to. I mean, because they're going to pay attention a lot your senior year.
Right.
So, what are they trying to do to get people to get these recruiters' attention? Because they're not going to be able to come out and watch you.
Right. I feel like after this quarantine is all lifted and after everything's all lifted, I feel like they're gonna have maybe camps that a lot of high school seniors or juniors would attend to show off their skills and see what they can see what they have to offer and just to show their abilities.
So you feel like that's going to be their way of coping with this type of stuff. Which
Right.
that's probably not too far. It's probably not too far out. I obviously I don't know personally, but I know that this is definitely going to throw a giant wrench in the big machine that is college sports and high school sports when it comes to this stuff. So you said you're keeping yourself quarantined, which is great. But what are you doing to kind of keep yourself active? What are you trying to do to stay at that competitive edge even when you can't compete right now?
So just here now, I would go out and play catch with my mom's boyfriend, or I would work on some drills that'll make me a little better. Let's say because I pitched a little bit, there's a few drills I could do to keep myself up and active. I work out every day, and then I do some cardio here and there. Not everyone likes cardio, but I try it once in a while.
Yeah. And then you said you're thinking about joining the military. Well, once which I guess how is that stuff playing into right now too? I guess. I mean, are you still being able to talk to a recruiter and that stuff now? I mean, because your senior year is over, right? I mean, basically,
Right.
like you've got a couple of online classes, but that's done in what, May?
Around there, yeah, it should be.
Okay, so what's that process like right now?
It's starting. I'm just starting, so it's kind of starting off slow. I was going to get more into it if this didn't happen, I would get more into it, and then I was really thinking on going to the basic training like either this summer or this fall, to just get on the roll. I have been in contact with a National Guard recruiter and an Air Force recruiter. Still haven't decided where I'm going yet, but I definitely will take this time to think about it and just roll until everything's said and done.
Yeah, and with that stuff, I mean, are they postponing like deployments and all that stuff going into it? Do you know?
I believe so. I really would think so, and I also know that they're keeping everyone who's stationed there, so there's no risk or anything.
Yeah. So, if you had any words of encouragement, I mean, we're gonna end the interview with this. If you had any words of encouragement to give to other seniors that are going through this stuff right now, what would that be to keep them motivated?
I would say to the rest of the seniors that are out there, I would say, just cherish the moments you get. I know you can't make those memories right now, but the ones we had before in our senior year, maybe even during the fall or early spring before all of this happened, I'd say cherish those moments and hold on to them for a very long time, and just focus on the present, focus on what's happening right now, just to build yourself up for the future and keep rolling. Don't stop.
All right, very good advice. All right, thank you so much, Tanner. We really appreciate it. All right, thank you so much, Tanner. And thank you to all the guests who came on to Primetime Live today. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. We're going to check in with some more seniors next week. Until then, stay safe, and thank you for watching Primetime Live.